Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today, we are going to start our new horror story. If you like our old story, then don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's start without any further delay. I moved into the Sundown Oaks apartments 2 weeks after my divorce. It wasn't fancy, 3 floors, old pipes, stucco walls, but it was quiet and cheap, and at that point in my life, that was enough. I didn't ask for much. A working stove, a bed that didn't squeak, and maybe a neighbor who didn't practice drums at midnight. I got 2 of the 3. The drums didn't come from above me, or next to me. They came from below, apartment 104. It started on my first night. I was unpacking, arranging old books on a shelf that leaned ever so slightly left, when I heard a faint thump, thump thump, thump. At first, I thought it was my heart pounding. Divorce stress, caffeine jitters. But it didn't stop. It was too rhythmic, too deliberate. I leaned over the balcony railing. My unit was 204. Below, apartment 104 had its curtains drawn, but a dull red light seeped through the cracks. I watched for a minute. The light pulsed with the same rhythm as the sound. Thump, thump thump, thump. I pulled back inside, telling myself it was just a weird stereo or maybe an old guy with a taste for tribal drums. But when it started again at 3:04 a.m., louder this time, I couldn't ignore it. I went downstairs and knocked. No answer, but the moment I turned away, the sound stopped. The next day, I ran into the landlord while checking the mailbox. I asked about 104, "Oh, that place?" He scratched his chin. "Been empty for months. Last tenant just left. Never came back for his stuff." I told him about the red light, the noise. He shook his head. "There's no electricity hooked up in there," he said. "Power's been off since December." He laughed. I didn't. Over the next week, things escalated. The drumming became nightly. Always the same pattern. Always at the exact same time, 3:04 a.m. Sometimes, I'd hear murmurs through the vent that connected our apartments. Whispers in a language I couldn't place. Harsh and guttural, like someone arguing underwater. I started recording the sounds. But each time I played them back the next morning, there was nothing but static. I began sleeping with my lights on. One night, I noticed something new, a shape in the window of 104. Just a silhouette, standing perfectly still in the red glow. Watching, I grabbed my phone, aimed the camera, but the screen glitched out every time I pointed it at that apartment. I called the landlord again. This time, he seemed agitated. "Look," he said. "I don't know what you're hearing, but there's no one renting 104. If someone's in there, they broke in. I'll send maintenance." Maintenance never came. The red light stayed. I started talking to the other tenants. Most didn't want to engage. An old woman on the 3rd floor told me, "That place is cursed." Last guy who lived there, Michael something, sweet man. Kept to himself. Started complaining about noises, just like you. Said he couldn't sleep, said something lived in the vents. Then, one day, we heard screaming. Police came. Found the apartment empty. Door was locked from the inside. "What about his stuff?" I asked. She looked around nervously. "Gone. Every last thing. Like he never lived there at all." Then came the night the knocking started. It was soft at first. Just a tap on the wall next to my bed, then it moved. To the floor. then the ceiling. Then the vent, always in threes. Knock. Knock. Knock, I yelled, I banged back, I blasted music. Nothing stopped it. One night I screamed, "What do you want?" The knocking stopped, for 10 long seconds, silence, then, from the vent, "You." I didn't sleep that night. The next day, I called the police. They checked apartment 104, no sign of forced entry, the officer said. Nothing inside but dust. Not even a light bulb. I asked about the red light. There is no red light. I showed him where I saw it. He just frowned and said, "Ma'am, the blinds are closed." Have been. You can't see in there. But I could. That night, I decided I'd had enough. I went down to 104 at 3 a.m., flashlight and phone in hand. I knocked. Nothing. I tried the knob. It turned easily. Inside, it was pitch black. No red light. No furniture. Just bare, cold concrete and the smell of rot. I stepped in and clicked on my flashlight. The beam landed on the far wall, and my blood turned to ice. Hundreds of handprints, small, large, skeletal. All smeared in what looked like dried blood. Above them, scratched into the wall, were the words, "The drums open the door." Then I heard it. From behind me, thump, 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 thump. I turned, light shaking. There, in the center of the room, was a trapdoor. I hadn't seen it when I came in. Now it was wide open. From the darkness below came whispers. And something else, crawling. I backed away, but the door slammed shut behind me. The flashlight flickered. Then went out. Something cold brushed my leg. I screamed, and then, the red light returned. I woke up in my apartment. On the floor. Fully dressed, the door was locked. 104 was quiet, no light. No drumming, everything was normal, except for one thing. On the wall above my bed, in deep, gouged scratches, were the words, "You are the next apartment." I moved out that day, but some nights, I dream of that red light pulsing through the blinds. I hear the drumming, the knocking, and when I wake up, the vents are cold, too cold. Sometimes I hear whispers behind the walls, and I don't know if it's in my head, or if apartment 104 followed me, because now, in my new place, the red light has returned. That's enough for today, guys. I hope you like our story. We meet in the new horror story. Until you like and subscribe to our channel.